Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of RVBusiness Capitol Talk, sponsored by Eric Sell. I'm Rick Kessler. With me, as always, Sherman Goldenberg. And joining the two of us today are three new faces to the RV industry, well, relatively new. The name of the company is Canopy, and the three new faces, and I'm going to use my notes here so I get it right. From left to right, we've got Dr. Brandon Vaughn, Lyle Peluso Jr., and Jeremy Grice. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having us on, Rick.
Hey, good morning.
Well, their faces might not be all that familiar, but what they provide ought to be pretty enlightening. And the name of the company is Canopy. The product name is ReserveMax.io. Lyle, what's this all about?
Hey, Rick, thanks for having us on again. Reserve Max is basically the culmination of just a lot of analysis of what an F&I manager does and what is the best way to assist the F&I department and the dealership in making more profits, keeping more profits in-house using modern technology. And Canopy is basically this group of software gurus, I call them. They would say that they're very humble, but these are great guys with great backgrounds. And I basically did a hard study. I had a really good year in 2022. And I did a really hard study of my role as an F&I manager in the corporation I was with, because somehow I rose up to the top of that organization. And I really wanted to take a deep dive into how I arrived there. And it turned out it had nothing to do with sales. It wasn't my warranty sales. It wasn't, gap insurance. It wasn't these things that are typically focused on in F&I. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had to do my part, and I was strong in my sales. But what really set me apart was I was averaging more than double anybody else in the industry in 2022 at reserve penetration with banks, and it elevated my penetration level for back end upwards of 20 and 30% some months. Whereas, as a good F&I manager, you'd love to land in that maybe 13% range or higher. That kind of puts you in the upper echelon. But I was like, I know I'm not that good of a salesman. It's not what's going on here. What is really going on? And it turned out the logical systems I was using to dissect program sheets and rate sheets from the various lenders that the organization I worked for, I was just getting really doggone accurate. Okay. And precise at the process and using logic that was yielding really good results. And in turn, basically 10% of every deal, every time that was coming across my desk of the profit was from reserve, from lenders. It radically transformed the store I was with, and I got to talking with F&I managers all over. And seeing that a lot of their problems was getting these things right. They're not getting enough time to work on their deals in a lot of situations. They're very busy. There's a lot of human error that can happen in that process. So we just wanted to take that human error out of the equation, sweep up all that money that's sitting on the floor in the finance office because people don't have enough time or they're new. They don't know the programs. The programs change constantly. There's constant movement, especially with everything going on with interest rates and in finance today with inflation. It's a high pressure situation and there's a lot of demands on F&I departments. This just takes all that work and processes it instantaneously and gives you results and tells you exactly where to send your deal every time. That's kind of what it does. That's what motivated me to get these guys together. I was fortunate enough to know some guys, and I said, I really think we can help the industry. I really think we can help dealers out there. So I took some vacation time when I really started getting inspired, and I took a trip across the Midwest, and I talked to RV dealers. And I said, look, I had a great 2022. And I'm just curious how your dealerships are doing and what you're doing. And we just had a lot of conversation, and I realized that it's a systemic problem in the RV industry, in the F&I. There's plenty of guys out there giving great training on how to sell a warranty, right? There's plenty of people out there doing these kinds of things in the F&I space, but to be able to click a button and instantaneously something happen with 100% accuracy that used to take an hour to an hour and a half to accomplish as a finance manager, it's a game changer, you know.
So you started a new company.
We started a new company, and we took this idea of taking the human error out of the finance department, and these two brilliant guys right here wrote the program for it.
And you opened your doors like when?
Today. Actually, yesterday. We hit the road to I-10. We're having a board meeting here in Austin, Texas today on the campus here. And we decided, you know what? It's time. Let's let the baby out. What we're really looking for right now, guys, is some early adopters. This is incredible. This is incredibly new technology. This is new stuff in the space. We're looking for people who are confident with tinkering with new technology, and you know, reaping the rewards of being early adopters. And we love your show. We thought, you know, what a better way to kind of like, you know, announce the birth of our baby than to do it with you guys, and do it kind of in this space, and do it while we were in Austin and doing all these things. So we drove, guys. The funny part is, we drove all the way down I-10 yesterday, right, from Florida, and we stopped, and we just pulled up to an RV dealer. Great guy, great dealership. Didn't know him, didn't know anything about him. We just walked in. We said, look, we're about to go on Capitol Talk tomorrow and release our baby to the world. We haven't shown it to anybody. You want to take a look? And guys, it was an awesome experience. We were there about 45 minutes, and we walked out with customer number one.
Oh, beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, he just loved it, and has the F&I background, was very knowledgeable, so knew what he was getting into. And so just got us really excited to come and do this with you, because we're looking for some early adopters just like him, you know.
Let's take a quick step backwards real quickly. Lyle, you mentioned a little bit about your background, came from an RV dealership situation. Brandon, Jeremy, how about, what do you guys bring to the table?
Jeremy? Sure. I was going to offer to you first, but really, I had a long career in another industry, in telecommunications. I led groups of software developers, engineers, large projects, tens of millions of dollars worth of project management, installation, and software development. So I have a deep, wide base to build from. I wanted to grow and do something different, and I always enjoyed the software development component. And I wanted to step away from senior level management. So that's what I did about 2 years ago. I stepped away from senior level management, really started focusing on the software development side of my life, and really grew into it. And then, of course, I met up with Lyle, and he introduced me to the idea that is ReserveMax.io, and I started working on it. Frankly, we've known each other for a while, and started working on it as a friend, helping a friend. And I really saw the benefit that could be had from the program, and from the process that we're building into it. And I stopped everything else I was doing, and I have committed 100% of my time to building out ReserveMax.io. I've taken on the role of Chief Technical Officer. We have a deep bench of technical assets we're developing for really scaling this application out to whatever the need requires. I have friends and connections in other industries that I'm leveraging. I have a friend in Silicon Valley, and I've showed this to him, and he's like, "Man, this is such a great idea. If you're out here, we'll have you funding in a heartbeat." So it's like everybody we go to with this is super excited. So that's my background, and okay. I'll throw it over to Brandon.
I was brought in for the tie dye. And that was, I was
Yeah.
and to add the color.
Got to have that guy.
Add a color to it. I've known Lyle for decades. He's like a brother to me, and my background is in data science. I was a university professor for many decades, teaching statistics and data mining and different things like that. I've kind of moved more into the industry doing it, found that you can make a little bit more money doing statistics than teaching statistics. So my role is definitely adding in the data science, which is, part of this early adoption program, that people have access to some of the stuff we're cooking in the tie-dye laboratories behind the scenes of data science, of looking at adding artificial intelligence and machine learning predictive models into all of this knowledge that Lyle has accumulated in the industry that Jeremy is constructing. But that's my role is more of a data scientist in this, and provide predictive models that we can actually give people pretty much, in this even in the early adoption, which is why, I think people will be highly interested in checking this out, even in the early stages, because it gives them access to things I don't think, just the base thing of what has been developed thus far is new to the industry, but then add in all the data science and predictive models on top of it. It's just something that's very unique in this system. So, but that's my role is to geek out on all the cool statistical stuff in the background. So
if we're going to geek out, then we have to mention where you guys are actually located, the physical facility. Because I'm going to not pretend that I understood hardly anything that you guys just mentioned just now. I am impressed that you are talking from Apple headquarters in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and that's partly me. One of the things that when I moved away from university life, I started dealing in tech industries, and Apple is one of the main people that I kind of help support doing the very thing, data science type of stuff. And so I'm kind of bringing that expertise and working with Lyle and Jeremy on this type of stuff. So we're kind of coming from literally across from my little cube area where I reside here in Austin. Apple has an Austin base that's probably their second largest kind of area, but that's kind of where we're coming at today.
Okay. So let's do this for me. And this might help a lot of the dealers better understand what it is you can do for them.
Mm-hmm.
Sherman's the F&I guy. Sell him on how ReserveMax.io is going to make his job better.
Okay, Sherman, instead of you having to take every single deal, look through every single rate sheet, calculate whether or not each one of your customers qualify, and if so, what bank do they qualify? And if so, how much money can I make from that lending institution on this deal, which is about an hour to an hour and a half of your time per deal. You can take about 20 seconds to enter that information into our software, which is just a click of a button on your web browser, and it will instantaneously give you the max reserve on every deal, every time. It will instantaneously show you how much money on the back end you can make on every deal, every time. It will list them in order by lenders. It will show you how to adjust the deal in order to maximize it even better. It will tell you if you get a couple $100 more down, or you tweak this little thing, it will do all that. It is all that in one with the click of a button. That's the base level.
Sounds pretty magical.
It is, and it does come with an autographed tie-dye shirt.
One thing you did leave out is there is also the feedback. So you have a marginal deal that doesn't work, it will not pass, or you're really struggling with how do I make this work? We also show the disqualified results and why they were disqualified and how they didn't work. And it gives you advice on how to maneuver the deal into a successful, approval or completion. So let's say you're upside down on the collateral a little bit or something along those lines. We got feedback built in that it will tell you where to guide it next to make it a successful deal.
Right.
Yeah, it basically takes a dealership that already has great, strong F&I guys, and it alleviates tons of their work and guarantees the accuracy of their work, leaving them to do the things they do best. At a dealership where you may have some high turnover, or you got some young guns in the seat who have a lot of zeal and are great at selling products, but they don't understand these lending programs. They don't know these lending institutions inside and out. They don't have all the details memorized in their brain. They aren't following the changes weekly on the sheets the way they should. For those guys, it's everything. It brings them up. It brings their game straight up to being an experienced F&I guy, whether they've been in the industry 1 week or 10 years. It puts them on the same playing, it puts that dealer on the same playing field. So if I'm a young dealer out there and I'm trying to develop my departments, or I've had some turnover in my F&I, or my F&I is struggling and just needs some support and some assistance, this is the perfect product for that scenario.
The full name, go ahead, I'm sorry.
The full name?
The full name of the company, the formal name, so we can brand it, so to speak, in people's minds here.
ReserveMax.io. ReserveMax.io is really who we are. We want you to go to our website. We want you to sign up for our early adopter program. We want to talk to you. We want your feedback. We want to know what it is your F&I department is missing. This is your chance as a dealer to get in on the ground floor of some pretty state-of-the-art technology that's coming to the F&I space, that's coming to the RV industry. This is an opportunity, because we can only take 100 seats right now. Only 100 seats. So all you got to do is go, you got to sign up, and you'll get a call, and we'll set you up. We'll set you up to be part of our early adoption program, and you'll be the first people in the industry to be able to harness this technology. And that's what we're looking for, right? That's part of the reason we want to get with you. Our conversations, Rick, you and I have been having, this is about helping every dealership level up in a time where it's really tough.
Yeah.
The web address again?
ReserveMax.io.
Okay.
ReserveMax.io. We would love for you to go. We would love to talk to you. We really are excited and believe that this product is really going to help dealers out there, and we're happy to be a part of it.
We'll ReserveMax.io, but Lyle, you were at one point, we were talking, you guys are going to try to make it to the Convention Expo. Is that happening for you?
We are going to be at the Convention Expo. We were so busy in the laboratory with the tie-dyes that we did, and it's our first year in the industry, so we don't know if we got a booth or not. They're trying to make space for us on the booth side, but we are a general sponsor of the convention this fall. We are going to be there. We are going to be, if you would like to spend some time with me or somebody on the technical team at the show in November in Las Vegas, go to reservemax.io, fill out the form, get in touch with us. We'll set up a time to do a private viewing with you of everything that you would want or need, any questions you might have. We'd love to get face-to-face with you. We look forward to developing relationships with dealers out there who are also looking to kind of push what they're doing and maximize what they're doing.
Rick?
Yeah, I think that covers it. The technological revolution in the RV industry continues.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
We're proud to be a part of it. You guys got anything else?
Oh man, it's been a really good coverage.
Yeah, nothing for me. I mean, I think the big thing is what Lyle said, is building relationships. It's not just a product, but it's a product that makes a difference in people's lives. It simplifies it. It gives them more power, gives them more freedom, less stress, and ultimately something that they can feed into themselves and help us make it a better product as we customize it in various ways.
Yeah, Rick, let me end with this. One of my motivations when I left my day job to try and do this was, I have a friend who has an RV dealership in Alabama, a good friend, known him for decades, and great guy. And I think about the stresses I think about all the things that a RV dealer deals with on a daily basis. And when I was developing this, I just kept thinking of him. He's such a good dude, such a good friend. And I just kept thinking, man, imagine if he could go home 2 hours earlier every night, or take that vacation, right?
Yeah.
Or know when he leaves the dealership that at the very least he's getting the maximum reserve on his banks every time. I mean, I know people in this industry, they work hard. They work hard for their families and their communities. They're great in their communities, and I really believe we're excited because we really believe it's going to make their lives better. We call it dealership Zen. We're headed for dealership Zen. That's what we call it.
Nice. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Again, just a powerful tool is what seems to be what you guys have developed. Look forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah, we'll look forward to it. Thanks again for your time, guys. We really appreciate you guys welcoming us into the industry and bringing us into the family.
Pleasure. Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.